Hello students, welcome to iStand. Today we'll discuss about the story writing. This is the phase 2 of story writing. In phase 1, in earlier class, we have discussed about the story writing, the main elements of story writing and the steps of story, how to write a story writing. Today we'll discuss about, I will give you a hint by using an example how to write a story writing. So before we start, I want to show you with a diagram how a story writing begins. First comes the setting. You have to think about the whole choreography of the story beforehand while writing a story writing. So setting comes first. Setting comes first. I will show you with the diagram. Okay, and you have to initiate an action of a story writing. Here in setting, you have to, I will also write here, initiating action. Initiating action. Thereafter, you write your story and you build your characters into conflict. Here comes the rising action. Rising action. Okay, and the rising action go up to some extent where the story reaches its climax. Thereafter, it comes the falling action of the story begins, and this falling action of the rhythm is called falling action. And at the end of the story, you always have to give a resolution of the story, which is called a resolution. And your resolution always should carry some moral into it. So the feature of the structure of the story goes like this. So now I will show you with an example how to write a story writing. Okay. So rub this up first. I hope you have taken it down in your notebook. So all these elements I will show you by writing a story, by giving an example. I will show you with one example of story writing. Write it down. At the same time, you can take it down. It was remember what I have told you yesterday, that always start a story with some surprise, so that it catches the reader's attention. Okay, so it was I have to create a scene now to begin my story. You have to tell in your introduction what your story is all about. So it was a bright hot day in June, J-U-N-E, June, by the brink. Brink here means the bank. Okay, brink of the Thames. T-H-A-M-E-S, Thames river. It is situated a river in central London. Okay. So it is a river, so it is at the bank of the river Thames. At one of its loveliest stretches. At one of its loveliest stretches, our carriage came to a halt. Okay, so in this way you have to start your story by some characteristic feature in it, so that it attracts the reader. Now the story, introduction of your story will reveal what you are talking about. Okay, you have to create an environment. Like I have created an environment here, the scene of a story. Okay, actually my story is about the accident. So that's why I have created this scene of the bank of the river Thames. Okay, so this is the introduction of the story. Next one is, now you have to develop your story into a chain of plots. Plots, that is called a plots. You have to write more paragraph by fabricating a plot into it. So the next comes. So I have given this introduction of the story first, and now comes what? Now next comes, you have your story should always, as I've told you yesterday, in phase 1 about the characteristics of the story. Your story always should carry the surprise in it. Okay. So the next one is like this. Now over in paragraph 1 you have seen that everybody was the scene I have created. Next one, it comes a sudden screech. It is a sound of a moving sound of a vehicle. Okay, so screech means here a moving sound. Moving sound. I will write the meaning here. Moving sound. Okay, a sudden screech. Now sudden itself shows a surprise. As I told you yesterday, I mean in the phase 1, that your story should always carry a surprise in it. So this one, a sudden here carries a surprise in it. A sudden screech of sound jolted us. Jolted here I have used different meaning of surprise. Okay, so you can use so many words of a surprise, but in a different sense. You cannot just simply use same word again and again so that to make the readers boring. Okay, so jolted us out of our dreamy lives. So this is the second paragraph in which I have shown you how a surprising thing comes and how to develop a paragraph into a more complete conclusion. I'm drawing now into the conclusion of the story. So this is where now you have to create a conflict. Okay, now you have to create a conflict. How do you create a conflict? Conflict, I have told you yesterday that it is one of the feature of the story writing. Okay, so now you have to create a conflict. How do you create a conflict? By interacting the characters into it. Okay, now the characters you have woven up beforehand by choreographing, setting earlier at the beginning of the story. If you take for example of a movie, it is choreographed beforehand. Okay, so it is choreographed beforehand. Now here it is the same way. So you have to now conflict a characters. You have to interact the characters. Okay. So I will write here. One man was, now what this screeching sound is all about? One thing is here that your story also should carry a fact, a meaning, a real meaning into it. Otherwise, your readers will feel bored if it is of no use of the daily lives. Okay, you have to create a realistic touch into it. So, a jolted us out of our dreamy lives. One man was flung to the side of the road. How this happened? He was flung to the side of the road. How it happened? Because he was caught by the right fender of the truck. Because he was caught, C-A-U-G-H-T, caught by the right Fender, it is the body of a truck. Okay, fender. I will write the meaning of a fender here. Fender means the cover of a truck. Okay, or you can say lorry. In Australian, you say lorry. Now the standard language of lorry is a truck. Okay, the heavy vehicle of it. So fender of right fender of. I will write the truck. Okay, right fender of truck. Just write here. Don't use it. Don't use the definite article here because we are not talk about the earlier truck in our paragraph. So you just write a truck. Okay, fender of a truck. Okay, right fender of a truck. So this is how your story develops into a more complete conclusion. Okay, this way you can develop your paragraph into more conclusion. Next comes, now we have almost reached at the end of the story. Okay, let me rub this up first. I hope you have taken down the notes at the same time. Otherwise, you can click our channel I will provide you a note in the channel. You can just subscribe us and take down the notes from there. Okay, next comes, now what happens is that now the accident happened, and now what happens? Realistically, if you think that, of course the policeman comes because people will crowd together, they will huddle together. That what happened in the site? What happens? So now the policeman comes, a traffic police comes to do away with the crowd, because there would be a jam, people would be coming, tossing each other. Okay, so now the traffic policeman will come, and they will do what? They will do their duty. Okay, realistically, if you see an accident that happens, so two policemen, you can develop two policemen. Now I'm conflicting. Now I'm interacting the characters. The main characters, I've told you about the characters yesterday. There would be a one character, main protagonist of the story, and there would be a 2 or 3 more characters, sub characters into it. You cannot use more characters into your story. It won't be it would be tedious. It would be boring for the readers to read the story. So your story should be should finish in one sitting. Okay, it should be very short. In CBSE on HP board, you have to write a story in 150 words, not more than that. So you have to keep in mind that you have to take a very few characters. Don't take too much characters, so that to make a reader's puzzle. Okay, so two policemen. Sorry, I have to write this capital letter. This is the next paragraph. Two policemen. I have used two. There should be an agreement in the sentence. Okay, so if I write, what if I write here two policemen? This itself signifies one policeman. So I'm using here two. Your MAN doesn't make any sense. Okay, so you have to use policemen. There are two policemen. Two. Okay, not one. Two policemen. Two policemen came. Now where they came? They came to the scene. What they did? They came with the register in their hand. With the register in their sorry, I will write like this, in their hand, and took down the record, what you can say, a record into it. And what a policeman can do, what a traffic police actually does. Does he only take the note and he does nothing after that? He also do away the crowd, which is at the time there. Okay, huddled together. So at first he will call the ambulance, and he will, if there would be some victims, okay, the victims, one who caught by the fender of the truck, okay, that would be hospitalized. After that, now the policeman does what? He will do away with the crowd. Okay, he will disperse the crowd. Okay, so sudden screech of sound, he will record it into it, and sorry, and at the same time disperse the crowd. Okay, disperse the crowd. What the policeman did? He dispersed the crowd. Okay, so the crowd is there. This is one character. The policemen are there. These are the characters. And the main protagonist, the writer himself, he was traveling from one place to another. He also caught in a jam. So that was also a character. Okay, so I have said there would be one characters. There would be more characters. But you cannot create more characters into it. Okay, so disperse the crowd. After that, what happens? Think of yourself. After the crowd is over, after the traffic jam is over, okay, and then which light of the traffic signals shows you to go? Okay, now you're ready to go, and afterwards, this is the last paragraph. Sorry if I am not making you puzzle into it. So write this. This is the next paragraph. The green light afterwards signaled. Okay, you probably seen in the traffic jam, if you have ever traveled, you have seen the traffic. If you come to cross a traffic, there would be a red light, there would be a green light also. Okay, so the green light, what do you understand when the green light comes? Then to go. Okay, so the green light signals, and we have reached our destination. We have reached our destination. Okay, so in this way you have to write a conclusion of it. Signal. Destination is it is a place where you have to reach. Okay, so signal here means indicated, showed, indicated. I will write the meaning here. Indicated. The green light signal or indicated, it flopped out there, flickered up there, and we have reached our destination at the late of the evening. You can just elaborate according to your words in the story. Thank you. Okay, so this is all about the story writing. I hope I have given all the elements I have used in the story writing. So you have understood it. For more information, more CBSE topics, please subscribe our channel. And I hope you have liked my teaching. And for more